His wife, Cheryl Hines, was here at NewsNation in New York City talking to me. Cheryl has lived an interesting life, to say the least. Not to mention, she's had an illustrious acting career. Most will recognize her as the long-suffering wife and then ex-wife of Larry David on the hit show Curb Your Enthusiasm, which ran for 24 years before ending last year. A lot, of course, has happened to Cheryl since her time on that show, and she's written about it all in her brand new book called Unscripted. Cheryl Hines, congratulations on the book.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to read some headlines from some of the reviews of the book.
I'm scared.
Cheryl Hines embraces MAGA wifedom. Of all the extras in this season of the Trump administration, Cheryl Hines is the most mystifying. And Cheryl Hines became the strangest thing to come out of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
So sweet.
So lovely and so supportive.
Yes.
So what has it been like to go through the maelstrom of experiencing not just press on Cheryl Hines, incredibly successful actress, but Cheryl Hines, wife of the Secretary of Health and Human Services, RFK Jr.
Mm-hmm. It's been interesting because I've been married to Bobby for over a decade, and I've done a lot of press in my day, and nobody ever asked me about my husband until now. So it's just a different. I've had to pivot a little bit to be ready to answer questions. I don't want to say on his behalf, but or about him, or people are curious, or so that's a different ball of wax, shall we say. So I have to be ready.
You actually write in the book that when the two of you met and the two of you married, this was not on the horizon. That this was not something that you thought was in the plan, so to speak, going forward.
No, I asked him when we met. I asked him, if he ever wanted to go into politics, had he ever thought of it. And at the time, he was an environmental attorney, and he said that he didn't have a desire to go into politics. So I was like, great, we're gonna get along great.
And then?
And then he went into politics. Then he decided to run for president. And that I knew, I knew that was going to be a life changer. But I didn't know how it would change our lives.
What has surprised you most?
I have so many things that surprised me. I think people's reactions to it, and I mean, I've known people for, I have some friends that I've known for 30 years that we used to talk about politics together a little bit here and there, but people just started dividing, sort of dividing off, and politics is so emotional to some people, and it's some people cannot separate politics from even friendships, I guess.
You write in the book that you were taken aback by the reactions to your husband and by extension, the reaction that you get. And you actually told Bill Maher that Republicans have been kind. I can't say the same thing about Democrats. What do you mean by that?
Well, even when Bobby was running, I mean, he started out running as a Democrat. And the Democrats were, I'll say mad, not happy because he was running against Biden, and they really wanted nothing to do with him, and they really attacked him. And the Republicans also, I'm sure, weren't happy that he was running, but it did not feel or look or, what I was receiving, it did not feel like a character assassination every day.
And that's what you get now? I mean, we went through your Twitter account, and just that you posted on the publication of your book, the cover of your book, and we can show some of them on screen. We've had to pick the PG ones. Like, some of the things that people were posting and still post today to you a person not in political office, simply married to somebody who is, are pretty astounding.
Yes, pretty astounding. So, so that's been a change.
How do you deal with it? And do people in your real life, like when you're out and about, out to lunch, out to dinner, running errands, do people say things to you, approach you?
People, for the most part, are very kind to me and nice when we're out. Bobby, and I would say 90% of the people that come up to Bobby love him. And then there's a certain percentage that will come up and need to tell him something about him or how they feel. But we went to get coffee the other day, and this woman comes up and she tells Bobby, you know, this and that. She wasn't that angry, but the things she was saying weren't nice. And then she looked at me and she said, "And I know you love him," and stormed off.
If that's the worst thing
if that was the worst thing that happened that day, I was doing okay.
Well, then, just like in life, people are a lot, unfortunately, more unrestrained and unhinged on social media than they are in real life.
Yes.
Listen, you were a formerly registered Democrat, and you write in the book that when Trump won in 2016, you put on country music and cried for a few hours. Why?
Well, you know, that election, I was, and I still am, looking forward to having a female president. That will be very meaningful. And do
you think it's ever going to happen?
You know.
Michelle Obama just said on stage she's not thinking America is ready for it.
I have no idea. It has to be the right
person.
It has to be the right person. And then also, you know, at that point I felt like what I had known from Trump was from TV, and it just didn't feel like this was a seasoned politician who, you know, it felt like a lot of, I didn't know what to think, you know, I didn't know what to expect, and I think
it sounds like, though, if you were crying, you weren't expecting good things.
I probably... I was disappointed, and I didn't know what to expect. So, yeah, I was probably living in a place of, oh no, what's going to happen?
Yeah. We have this article out today that says, shock poll. RFK Jr. is one of the most popular political figures in the country. Cheryl, is your husband going to run for president in 2028? And if so, are you ready for that?
Oh my gosh. He's not going to run for president in 2020.
Yeah, I think you said he wasn't going to run for president.
That's true. I didn't think he was going to go into politics. And the next thing you know, he's telling me he wants to run. I'm not. I'm going to say no, he's not.
Okay.
But that being said,
are you ready if he decides he does want to do this?
Can
anybody be ready for that?
No. It's so, because it's such a specific moment in time for anybody to run for president, and so few people do it, that there's no roadmap. No one can tell you, ooh, this is what's going to happen, because people don't know. You know, even somebody who has run, they'll have their own experience, and they will have shared experiences, certainly, but every, you know, candidate is different and has to go through, they go through all the headlines and all the attacks and all of, I mean, as soon as you say you're going to run, it's just people come at you.
They pounce.
They pounce. So it doesn't surprise me, honestly, that he's
so popular.
One of the popular, yeah. I mean,
why do you think that is? Is it an authenticity thing? I mean, you have to say the one thing your husband is unapologetically himself, you know.
It's true. He is accomplishing things that other people haven't been able to do. And people have talked about it for years, just like taking petroleum-based food dye out of food. That's been talked about for a long time. It's been proven for a long time that it's unhealthy, it's toxic. But for whatever reason, you know,
nobody got it out.
Bobby gets in there and he is doing it. You know, he's tackling some very tough issues. And I think a lot of people, they really appreciate his bravery, his focus, and his ability to cut through the red tape.
The book is called Unscripted. It tells a story of quite an extraordinary life, from literally hunting alligators in Florida
Yes.
to helming one of the most successful television shows ever, to now being a part of the Trump administration by marriage, via marriage. What a wild ride.
It's a wild ride. You couldn't have written this.
No. This would have gone into a Hollywood pitch room and somebody would have said, this is too unrealistic.
You went too far. Yeah.
There's no way this could happen.
Yes.
Cheryl Hines, lovely to see you.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you
and
so much.
And best of luck with everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
We covered a lot of ground, so we'll air part 2 of that interview tomorrow, where Cheryl talks about meeting President Trump after the attempt on his life in Butler, Pennsylvania. She also addresses ongoing friction with the rest of the Kennedy family, as well as with former Hollywood friends like her former co-star, Larry David.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.